Hi everyone, a shout out to all the fans of our X Factor and welcome to all of you who have yet to discover the power to achieve your success and happiness. My name is Xavier van der Anat, speaking to you from my backyard in beautiful Miami, Florida. I am all about helping people understand that goals, dreams and objectives are not all that complicated to achieve. Once we have clarity of what we want to accomplish and we raise our potential to where it needs to be, then things tend to fall in place. We reach success and we feel happy. To help you do that, I coach, I teach, I write, and I communicate that you can every day do something to further yourself along your path in order to achieve success and sustain your happiness. Today, I would like to talk to you about the power of language. We all know that when we master a language, it is easier to communicate, to understand and grasp important and significant concepts. We have better relationships. We are master of how we relate the things that we care to communicate with others. But today, I'm going to more specifically talk to you about learning a new language. When we learn to speak a new language, there are many things that we accomplish all at once. The first one is we are opening ourselves to a new culture. We discover so many things. The second one is we become more open-minded and we adopt new ways of thinking. The third one, if we are planning on traveling abroad, we are also making the most of our travel. The fourth, we have an opportunity to make friendships all over the world. The fifth, we create new opportunities for ourselves and we raise our potential. And lastly, our brain starts working in a different way. It grows and it expands. I will briefly elaborate on these 6 points and then I will tell you how you can start learning a new language and why I chose this topic for today. When I was a kid, I learned a saying in Dutch. Men is zoveel keer een man dat men talen kan. I would translate that with, for every language you know, into another person you grow. What I mean by that is, in order for you to understand the subtleties of what people communicate, how they live, what they do, it is inherently impossible to grasp everything without having some knowledge of the language. Once you understand the language, you understand what they try to convey, whether it be in their paintings, in their music, the movie making, the theater. You open yourself by learning a little bit about their language to a whole new world, a whole new way of thinking. And you create new opportunities for yourself as your mind starts shifting. As you learn a new language and you start to immerse yourself into their culture, you start understanding why people really have perhaps a different ideology, a different way of doing things. You learn about their history, their past, their pains. You start exploring a whole new set of feelings and sensations and ways of communicating and relating to one another that are entirely new. Your mind opens up and you discover new ways of thinking that can propel you, that can provide you with greater opportunities, greater pleasures, greater success in your life and whatever you want to undertake. Over the years, I have traveled a lot. I've visited many places, and I can tell you that my knowledge of language has greatly helped me. Sometimes when I visited Asia, I might not always have known the Asian languages, and they might not have known English, but perhaps they spoke some French. Some parts there used to be colonies or had relationships with France, or with the Netherlands, or with Germany. Those languages I know a little of, and I had an opportunity to communicate. I went to Brazil. There I had purchased a package to start learning the language. I always loved Brazilian music. This gave me an opportunity to communicate, relate, and visit places that maybe many locals have never visited, such as the favelas. This is sometimes a dangerous place, but when you know how to relate to people, then you start to make the best out of your trip. and the best out of your experience. You really start living their lives, and you have opportunities you may not have if you had to follow a tour guide in the city and just go by what the travel guides are suggesting to you. Lend that opportunity to the people that are locals, that will reach out to you because you try to learn their language, and they will reciprocate and open their homes and their cities and their towns and their experience to you. You will make much more of your travel with some knowledge of their language. Since my years in college, I've met a lot of people that came from abroad to study there, whether it be in France or in the United States. I've met people from all over the world. Again, my knowledge of their culture and their language has helped bridge the gap, and we communicate. We have become great friends. These bonds have lasted me for a lifetime. I have friends all over the world that have lasted 20, sometimes 30 or more years. I'm thankful for those, and you too can reach out. Perhaps you don't need to travel, but reach out on Facebook, make new friends, explore your knowledge of the new language, learn their culture, communicate with them. Every time you take a step towards them, they will try to reciprocate and try to use their best knowledge of English or of your language to try to communicate and create bonds with you. We are social animals. We need to create bonds. We need to link and relate to each other. That has happened best, or that is accomplished best, when we know each other's languages. When you know another language, undoubtedly you will have more opportunities at hand. Not only because you discover more about how they operate, what their needs might be, you may be in a position to fill those gaps, but also working for companies that want to go global and work in various marketplaces. Most of my positions have involved my use of language. My cousin, who spoke 4 languages already, used to travel to Spain. There she learned Spanish. Eventually it got her a job right here in Miami. She worked for the Club Med and was responsible for purchases to stock all the stores of the Club Med in all of the Caribbean and South America. 20 years after that, she has still contact with her colleagues and friends that used to work for the Club Med and all the people that she has encountered over the years. It is a fantastic opportunity. When we speak languages, we bridge the gaps, we build bridges with others, we discover new opportunities, and we discover the abundance of ideas and thoughts and perspectives that are out there that come to us and that we can build upon to create new things, foster new ideas, and reach out and helping others. Lastly, I would like to say that when you learn to speak another language, you keep your mind very active. On a regular day, I will speak 2 or 3 different languages. My mind constantly is shifting from one to the other. My language isn't perfect. Even when I speak English, it's far from perfect. I've been living in the United States for almost 25 years, but every so often, when I get a little tired and I've been speaking French or Dutch or Spanish, then my mind will work a little slower. When I find myself, for instance, in a gathering of Hispanic friends, they will speak very fast. I do my best to catch up and to understand everything they say. But when it's my turn to talk, with a little bit of fatigue, my mind is really scouring my brain constantly. My mind is growing and starting to think in different ways. I use idioms and I go around the words that are missing, that just don't jump out of the tip of my tongue, and it's really like a firework going off in my mind. My brain grows. Swedish researchers have found that not only does the mind start working differently and start looking at different perspectives and ideas, but that the brain actually grows, strengthens. Our synaptic pathways become stronger and stronger and stronger. We start formulating better ways, our ideas and our concepts. We can deal with more complex issues, and eventually, with practicing this, our mind starts feeling less the strain of the increased intensity of thought patterns that are happening simultaneously in our head. Learning a language is all around a wonderful experience. Now, let me tell you briefly how to get started in learning a new language. First, pick one where you have some affinity. Perhaps a country you have visited, perhaps you have ancestors from this country, perhaps you have seen movies or you like art from a particular country. Then try to pick up a couple of tapes or CDs and start listening to it. Try to, as soon as possible, immerse yourself into the language. How do you do that? Well, when you live in Miami, for instance, tune into Spanish TV if you want to learn Spanish, or on the radio while you're commuting back and forth to work. Uh, Try to rent a few CDs that have also simultaneously the other language. If it's one of your favorite movies, you won't mind watching it after you've watched it in your language. Watch it again in the other language with the subtitles. You can follow. Try to surround yourselves as much as possible and immerse yourself as much as possible with that particular language. Listen to the music, find some music, look in the internet. You will find a genre that you will like more than another. Listen to that music, download the words, learn the words to the music. It is the best way to memorize new words in a language. I wish you good luck and keep studying. The reason that I chose this topic this week is because our X Factor this week has made a step towards going global. With some friends and collaborators, we believe that the message from our X Factor should go global. The proceeds of the initiative that we have taken will fund two causes which in itself is global. Over the past week, I've been talking to a whole bunch of people to try to pull this together in all different kind of languages. So it was very close to my mind, and it reminded me that for every language we know, into another person we grow. And I wish the same for you. To sum it up, here are the 6 benefits you will gain from learning a new language. First, you will discover a new culture and all that comes with it. Secondly, your mind will open up and you will start changing your thinking. Thirdly, you will make more of your travel. Four, you will make friends all over the world. 5, new opportunities will open themselves to you for you to explore and achieve that which you wish to achieve in your life. And 6, your brain will gain power and change and operate in different ways. This is it for today. Please subscribe to my channel or follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or on LinkedIn. Drop me a line to leave me your comments or let me know what else you'd like me to discuss. On this, have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time.